When I think of video game characters who have the most endurance, the one character that comes to mind is Kratos. Kratos has taken some brutal hits over the course of his life and died so many times, but no matter how many times you put this god down, he always comes back for more. But today, we're going to be talking about one of the most taboo topics in the God of War community, Kratos' death and the strange mystery of the afterlife. You see, I have gathered new evidence that the afterlife was supposed to be a world we were going to see. At the end of the second game, Kratos was going to die, visit a world we fans have known about for a long time, but never actually saw. To get to the bottom of this, we need to dive into God of War's deep lore, statements from directors and writers, and mysteries and setups from God of War 2018 and Ragnarok that never had a resolution. Let's explore the death of Kratos that we never saw. So I need to start this video by talking about the mural in Kratos' death that's depicted on it. I'm aware of fan theories that this was supposed to be Odin all along, which to me is one of the better fan theories out there. Lately, a lot of theories I've seen recommended to me here on YouTube are very odd to say the least, but this Odin one I do like. But for this video, I am not going to be taking fan theories, instead only focus on what the game says and what is confirmed. This is Kratos on the mural. The lead writer of God of War 2018 and Ragnarok's story confirmed it in my ending explain video when I talked to him. Kratos in the game acknowledges he's the one on the mural several times. Angerboda, the Norns, and Faye herself, who destroyed the wall because she didn't want Kratos to see it, all confirm this is and always has been Kratos. In the God of War novel, Kratos said to himself he couldn't figure it out at first, but it seems within a 3 to 4 years he understood it was him and began talking to Mimir about it in secret. So yeah, it is Kratos, but I hear what you're thinking. If Kratos died, wouldn't he simply get back up again? And the answer may not be so simple. Cory Barlog has gone on record saying he put so much in God of War 2018 that he put in setups for things much later on. Things that may seem insignificant, but mean much later down the line if he had multiple games in the series. I think I may have found one of those hints. After you kill Modi and Magni, Atreus has a question for Mimir. He wonders why Modi and Magni didn't come back to life. Mimir responds by saying this.
Magni didn't come back to life.
That is interesting. It's known the Aesir find their own way to Valhalla. No Valkyrie escort, no processing at the gates of Helheim. That may be significant.
Gods can't return. The gods do not need the Valkyries, they simply return, just like Kratos has in the past, but they for some reason can't return, and Mimir wonders why. This has never been explained or brought up again in 2018 or Ragnarok, but why? For now, let's put a pin in it. The next strange thing about the afterlife is Faye herself. If you don't know her abilities, here is a quick rundown. She is a great hunter, was the original owner of the Leviathan axe, and most importantly, she can see into the future. She laid out the path of the entire journey in God of War 2018. So I found it strange when at the start of Ragnarok, somehow she reached Kratos from beyond the grave. During Kratos' dream, after finding the wolf, Faye disappeared. This is where it stopped being a memory. Faye then appeared out of nowhere and said this.
Time is running out, my love, and there is much to do.
Brother! Brother! Brother?
She then placed a yellow handprint on Kratos' forehead. Kratos woke up, touching his own forehead. Kratos says he used to dream about Faye all the time, but this one felt different. How did she do this, and what did the handprint on his head mean? The moment was never explained or brought up again, but let's put a pin in it. Of course, we need to talk about Odin next. Odin did once travel to the realm of the dead. He hung himself around one of the areas where the Norns could appear. In this state, he traveled to the world of the dead, but after some time he was forced out. What he saw and who or what was the other side that forced him out wasn't explained or brought up again, and of course we don't know a whole lot about the portal, which again was never really explained, and after Atreus broke the mask, we never learned about the mystery. Now, this is the part where I talk about my theories. So far, everything I mentioned is confirmed information, so now we get to have some fun. Athena died all the way back in God of War 2. When she died, you can see these green particle effects. The next time we see her, she is power hungry, using Kratos to destroy the gods just so she can rule over the mortals who remain. Her form and new personality was explained by Corey Barlog. When she died, she experienced a higher power, a higher plane of existence. This power she experienced into the life after death eventually consumed and corrupted her. This place where she went to must be connected to the green portal the mask made. Now, this isn't my theory. In fact, this was one of the earliest theories about God of War Ragnarok that many God of War content creators have. But my theory is Kratos was going to die like on the Mural, entering this world that Odin wants so bad to get to. The moment I think this death event would happen is right after Brock's death, when Kratos chased after Odin but actually made his way inside of the portal. Now, the only hint we have about Kratos' death is that Thor is somehow involved, as the mural depicted Thor over Kratos' body. This is where I believe the second game would have ended. Kratos would die, and because of the knowledge we already have about Modi and Magni, he cannot return unless he has some help. The only other character we know that reached out from beyond the grave is Faye, which we straight up saw at the beginning of the game reach to Kratos in his own dreams. With the death of Brock and the death of Kratos, this is the darkest place the player could be in, and part 2s usually end like this. They either end on a very exciting note or a very dark note. So when the third part of the story is there and it's being developed, it can be epic when the heroes finally win. But how would this death scene play out? Of course, I have that theory here for you. Enjoy. Just like in the game, Brock is asking way too many questions, and Tyr as Odin is annoyed. Odin stabs the dwarf, killing him. Kratos follows Odin through the portal as he makes it through this time, but Odin and Thor are now there about to fight Kratos. Kratos is getting a lot of hits in. It looks like he's about to win, but a cheap shot by Thor from behind makes Kratos fall. Kratos is now getting beat down by both Odin and Thor, and he's unable to stand the pressure, and he dies just as the mural predicted. When suddenly, a hum is in the distance, a familiar song, Calliope. They hug, and her spirit flies on, as if she was always watching over her father this entire time. As Kratos, you, the player, walk around this void filled with green energy. You see Modi and Magni. They are arguing with one another, but they ignore Kratos as Kratos just walks by them as they continue their bickering. Baldur is there. Baldur thanks Kratos. Baldur now can feel, and his feelings towards his mother has changed. He shakes Kratos' hand, and Kratos continues in this world of nothing, when Faye appears before him. Kratos breaks down when he sees her. He's lost and doesn't know how he made it this far without her. She tells him she has been watching him, and her connection with him is so strong she managed to reach him in his dreams. She says the Norse world is out of balance. The higher gods in this realm are preventing gods from returning. Odin, thanks to Atreus' efforts, is close to stealing the power that is hidden here. He lies to Atreus, manipulates him. Odin can step into this world. He does not need Atreus to enter here. He just wants Atreus to put the mask together. The power here is too great. No one must get it, especially not Odin. Suddenly, a palm print is on Kratos' forehead, the same mark she put on him at the start of the game in his dream. She says to him, "I love you, but this isn't your time just yet." Kratos says, "Did you know I would end up here?" Faye responds, "The mural did not show you your end. Instead, it was to show you your beginning. You must go back and face the Aesir. You must stop them. You must bring Ragnarok. You must free the realms. And you cannot do that here. I knew you would be here. It's why my life ended so soon. My body grew weak, so I spent every moment on how to free you from this place. I know you don't want war, but you are not the same as before. You are different. You are Forbati. The rest of your life, no giant has foreseen. No Norn could not see past this moment. Your life, your fate, is in your hands." Kratos and Faye embrace each other one last time. Suddenly, the palm print on his head glows a bright gold, bringing Kratos' spirit back to his body. He awakes, surrounded by what remains of their group. Kratos looks at his son, looks at Freya and says, "We must bring Ragnarok, and I will lead it. We must prepare ourselves." The screen cuts to dark, the music comes on, and the credits roll. And that is my theory. I tried my best to put together all of this death stuff that never really got explained in both games, and this is the best possible theory I think I could make. This will actually show that Kratos does in fact die, like on the mural, but since he comes back and there's no other depictions of the future when it comes to Kratos, he broke fate like he's done so many times already. He returns, continuing the trope of Kratos coming back from the dead, and this kind of gives resolution to that Faye scene where she puts a palm print on Kratos' head. I think that this plays out beautifully because that palm print will be the same thing that brings Kratos back to the world of the living. We get to finally see this place Athena went to, this higher realm of existence, higher plane, whatever the hell God of War fans are calling this area now. And it just gives a lot of resolution. It extends the game to a part 3 because this will end at a very dark time where Odin is actually winning, Brock is dead, the players are sad, they want revenge for Brock, and when Kratos says, "I will lead Ragnarok, I will lead the war," this is very reminiscent of God of War 2 as well, where Kratos is bringing the Titans up to Olympus to destroy the Olympians. But this video is going on long enough. I need to end it here. Shout outs to my editor for helping me out with that last part and all the montages and the complete edit of this video. He's incredible. I'm gonna be out here. Thank you guys and girls for listening. Deuces.